Okay, so sat with Exy for a free promo lesson. We're specifically going over Sheik versus Peach from Sheik's perspective. Obviously, you've sent through a couple of replays in advance, and I've given these a bit of a just like a quick look through them and come up with like some initial ideas of stuff we can look at, and just sort of trying to give it a bit of focus. So the ideas I came up with beforehand just from looking at these files, and from having a quick pre-chat with you, we've decided that we're going to have a look at things to look for in neutral, and I want to break that down into low percent, mid percent, high percent, as in when the peach is at those percents. Ideas about dash dancing versus peach specifically. So this is sort of like a playstyle specific thing that you're doing. I think you dash dance quite a lot. Maybe do you do that in all matchups? Is it just something that you do?
I do it pretty frequently in all matchups. Maybe except like Falco.
Yeah,
that's kind of normal.
Yeah, and then just sort of like how, sort of maybe it might be like a bit basic, but just sort of like going over like my ideas on when dash dancing is and isn't good versus peach, and you can agree or disagree with that, but just sort of giving a bit of my perspective on that. And then this was something that came up in all the games. I think you throw quite a lot of needles, and I'm not too sure if you're really thinking about when they're going to be good or when they're going to be bad. It feels like it's sort of like something to do in neutral, you know? Yeah. Similar to like a mid-level Falco who just shoots lasers because they're like, well, I may as well be I've got to be doing something. I've got this Sheik's needles are an incredible projectile, but it's just sort of they need a, I don't know, Falco's lasers require a bit of thought as well, but stereotypically Sheik's needles I think need a bit more decision making when they're good and when they're bad. So yeah, I just wanted to check that you like agree that these are sort of like some good things to focus on, and we'll pick up on these in the replays that we go through.
Yeah, for sure.
And if there's any other stuff, let me clear up. If there's any other stuff as we go through it, we'll come up with that. But the main things I wanted to focus in on are these, because I think sort of if we have like a couple of what's the word, overarching points that we can look at, like that's what we can come away from the lesson with.
Cool.
So yeah, and the two games. So from what you sent, I wanted to look at the Dreamland game, because I think there was a lot in this, and I wanted to look at the Pokemon Stadium game, and I think we'll look at them in that order, because I guess that's the order that they got played in, for no other reason other than that.
Alright.
So the initial points here, so we'll just do what are you looking for in neutral versus peach at sort of various percentages? What's like your general plan?
I think my general plan at low percent to start is like getting them like a little higher percent out of that like first 10-20ish percent with needles, or just like spacing back airs and just playing pretty evasive, where like I feel like the risk reward isn't great of like just going in and drifting in, doing aerials and stuff, and like whiffing things like grab and stuff at low percent. It's like the risk reward isn't great, because like if you grab, you get like maybe a chain grab or maybe a nut pair, and you build some percent, but if you whiff, you might just get super punished hard.
Yeah. Okay.
At mid percent, that's when I try and like weave in and out a bit more and like get a grab to actually like try and put the peach off stage. And then at high percent, I'm specifically fishing for like a needle grab or like maybe auto cancel fairs or ways to put peach off stage, or just finish her with like the down throw combo.
So looking for fair there. Cool. So just off that initial stuff, why do you not like grab at low percent? Is it because you're worried about whiffing it?
Well, it's kind of hard to like set up. I feel like I haven't learned specifically how to set up grabs at low percent, other than like them doing something completely illegal on my shield or something, like a dash attack. Like I feel like they have to give the grab to me more than that me being able to like specifically raw grab or bait it out.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's pretty dangerous in the sense like if I whiff, maybe I get like down tilted or I get down smashed or something like that,
Okay.
or I get grabbed myself.
Something I think is worth. So, I think you can get grabs at low percent, and the two ways I would normally look for versus Peach is run up shield is pretty good versus Peach because she's not that threatening off the grab versus Sheik if you're at low percent. There's like a mid percent where she can like get a follow up, but it's not still not too bad. So run up shield and trying to like bait out a dash attack or bait out a sort of just grabbing like a turnip pull if they similar to how Marth plays neutral, like Marth is like, oh, you dash dance at the range where they can pull a turnip, and then when they pull the turnip you just grab them. It's like the general idea. I think you can do a similar-ish thing with Sheik, not as well, but I think it's an idea.
Okay.
And run up crouch cancel can also be pretty good if they're sort of in the air throwing out a lot of nairs and back airs.
Okay.
Just because they like you can crouch cancel those moves at low percent and then just grab off them, and I know it's a trade, but you getting them out of low percent I think is more important than your low percent, because it's just less. I just feel that's just maybe just a feeling thing, but I feel like it's less valuable. So that's some ideas, sort of like extra things to do in neutral. But other than that, I think what you've got is pretty reasonable. And yeah, mid percent, high percent, I think those are pretty reasonable. I think depending on your own percent, again, you can do sort of you can do quite a bit of run up crouch cancel. If they do a bad aerial and you can like down tilt up air it depending on DI, stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're just even if they're really high percent, you can even just down smash like off a crouch cancel is pretty useful. Just sort of like ways for like calling them out when they try to counter on you, I think, is general idea is that. But yeah, we'll have a look at these as we go through the stuff. Ideas versus dash dancing. So I saw you dash dance a lot versus Peach, and sometimes I feel like you're dash dancing not really. So the idea of dash dancing is that you're looking for them to whiff a move and then you punish it. Like that's the whole idea. Sometimes I feel like you're dash dancing really far away from Peach, where if they do a move, you're not going to be able to actually punish them, and then you're just sort of moving around and you're sort of giving up stage a bit. Is what I felt like. That hopefully there'll be some. Hopefully I can explain exactly what I mean with like an example in one of these games.
Okay.
And then a big thing about Peach specifically with whiff punishing is because of her float cancel on her aerials, like you can't really whiff punish an aerial the same way you could versus a lot of other characters.
Yeah.
Is that something that like you've thought about, or like?
It's something I subconsciously know, not something I really like do. Like I mean I know that's the case, but like I when I play against Peach, I often just tend to ignore her float cancels until a point where I'm like, okay, I need to stop doing.
Yeah, you sort of some Peaches don't really utilize them really well as well. I find like some Peaches like still go for like a normal L cancel and stuff, and you're like, oh, I can punish these things. But then when you start playing versus Peaches that have got that nailed down a bit more, it's like, oh no, now I actually can't punish off. So that's why just generally versus Peach, I don't really do dash dancing, just because I don't think there's a huge amount you can get off it if they're playing properly. But that's not to say that like versus any Peach it's not good, but it's just like because of how fast float cancelling is, it's like, well, there's not really going to be much that you can create off of it.
So it'd be like better to space with like wave dash back or something.
Yeah, just like wave dash your back, because then like, or like doing like run up to them and wave dash back as they try to come in, and then like you make, because you're holding down, like you get the crouch cancel as well at the same time, and then you can punish off that. It's like a lot. I tried to play them actually like pretty trade focused, and just like because I think Sheik's punish game on Peach is stronger than Sheik has a really good punish game on Peach at mid percent basically. Maybe it's I think they're pretty equal, and it's easier to execute than Peach's punish game on Sheik is. So yeah, that's just my general ideas about dash dancing, and I think we'll find a couple of examples in here about just like sort of where I think you sort of dash dance and give up space, or maybe just aren't really. Sheik doesn't have the most threatening dash dance anyway, is the problem. So like I think Peach isn't super threatened by the things that you can do out of a dash dance either. Whereas compared to so like Fox obviously out dash dances Sheik, but if Sheik's options out of dash dance are grab, boost grab, dash attack.
Yeah.
Anything else off the top of your head? Sorry, I'm just struggling.
Run cancel F tilt.
Yeah, these things are all really good against like a mid percent Fox or something, right?
Yeah.
I think against Peach, like F tilt, she doesn't really care. Like grab, I don't think you're really going to be getting off of a dash dance versus Peach too much anyway. Dash attack, she doesn't care about. She'll hold down and crouch cancel it, and then down smash you. So it's like I just don't. I think that's a thing where like the risk reward for that scenario is like not as good as it is versus other characters. Plus, it's not like there's a couple of factors here. It's harder to do because of the flow cancel, and it's like not as punishing because of the way Peach works.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to say like don't do it ever, but it's just like this. Consider it when you're like.
No, I definitely agree because like sometimes I find myself dash dancing and then I end up in the corner and then for some reason I kind of struggle to get out.
Yeah, and then you end up doing
then I rely on rolling something like that.
Yeah, you roll or you do a jump to try and get out, and the Peach nares you out of it, and it's like, oh okay, my whole stock is gone.
Yeah.
And just needles when they're good, bad. This is going to be like very specific examples. I feel like you just this is I just feel like you're throwing a lot of needles, and maybe some of them aren't as thought out as they could be, and I think this will be quite a very obvious. Oh, these were bad needles, these were good needles, and maybe it's just like the way I was looking at it. I just felt like there were a lot more bad needles than good needles. But maybe I was wrong. We'll see. And I think the general idea is like either you do the same needles but better, okay. Or maybe you like cut them out a little bit and try and work out something else to go for. But we'll have a look. So
all right.
Does that sound okay? We'll go through this Dreamland game. Maybe we'll type some notes as we go along, but we can always add. You can always add to this afterwards, just based off what was just like typing up what we.
I'm also noting on like my OneNote. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, if you want to chuck it on here afterwards or something, and then we'll have a think about it. Cool. All right, so we'll go through this. When we do this, is I'll sort of just play through it, and if there's something that I think is interesting, we'll stop and we'll have a chat about it, or we'll go over specifics of it. And if there is something that you want to stop for, just let me know, and we'll go through it. Is that okay?
All right. Cool.
So sorry, you go.
I was gonna say I think on Dreamland I can't actually cancel the first turnip pull with needles. I know on other stages like Battlefield.
Yeah, you can't do it on Dreamland. Yeah, it's good on like Fountain, Battlefield, Yoshi's. Yeah, I was just gonna say these needles don't really work out because like Peach just takes the whole stage from you. I know it's but yeah, and then you try to punish this. This is just like a bad shield grab, but it's fine. I think these ones just aren't really threatening too much. If this works, you sort of like throw these needles out. It's tough to get where you want to on these. Like, this is fine, it hits, but then sort of like this charge straight away afterwards is just you could probably like forward tilt Peach here or something, right? Or run up. This would be like one where I'd say like you run up and shield this.
Yeah.
And then if she stays up here, you just move away, and if she nares and lands, then you punish her for it. Yeah, not a great shield grab, but that's fine.
Try dance to take that.
Yeah, I mean you get away with it. It's fine. That there I think is good. Yeah, just got to be careful with these grabs. Like I think, yeah, you just get pushed too far away. It might work if like you were shield DIing in, but it's just being aware. And so this is something that like takes a bit of practice to get used to. But like as soon as you whiff this grab, I would just start holding up and in.
Up and in.
Yeah, because the Peach is probably gonna like come in and hit you with something. And you like because I'm not sure where you're holding or if you're not holding anything.
Yeah.
But you get knocked really far away here, and I think
so up and in would cover like down smash as well. I guess.
I don't think Peach is going to be able to wave dash forward down smash you here.
Yeah,
I
probably not.
don't like. I think I don't. I'm not sure. Maybe she has time. Up and in. If she down smashes, we'll send you.
Should probably just walk down smash, maybe.
Maybe you could
I
just
don't know.
hold just up. Because up and in,
Yeah.
if she down smashes, you will go over here, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you just hold up, maybe it'll help you a bit. Maybe just up is fine, but just yeah, where you hold here, you just get sent so far away. You can also kind of react like once the peach goes in the air, you start holding up and in, because like then she's not going to down smash you.
Okay.
Great tech there. It's perfect. Yeah, just about, that's bad. Just like there's just like a peach specific thing, like as in some peaches will land and do that down smash, some peaches won't.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to. Okay, like to preface, I spent the last 6 months not being able to net play. I'm playing the only Peach at my weekly, and that Peach like is known for just spamming down. It's kind of like an old Euro basically. Would just spam down smash on platform, and I'd wait for it and punish it every time. And then when I play another Peach that mixes it up, it kind of becomes a bit.
Yeah. I don't think there's just like if it's a set, like I would just always the first couple of times they land on platform, I would just wait and see what they do. Because if they don't do anything, then you don't lose anything by just sitting there. And Peach's options dropping through the platform aren't really that worrying.
No, they're not threatening at all.
So, and even if if she drops down back airs, you can crouch cancel that and grab her. If she drop down theirs, she can't drop down forward air because it's too slow, I think. What else could she do? Down air. She's not really going to do that. Like, she just doesn't really have good options off platforms. Like, you can just sit there. Ideally, then they down smash and you just get one hit, and that's cool. Or if not, if you're really unsure, you could just run underneath them and take the middle of the stage,
Yeah.
But you know that already. It's just, it's tough when you just got to work out what type of speech they are. So I think it was like this sort of dash dance here where it's just like, so what happens here? You get out of this, you dash away, and then just...
I think I dashed away specifically expecting like a dash attack or something.
Specifically expecting them to come in. Okay.
Yeah. Which is fine, but then like the dash dance was maybe a bit extra.
Yeah, that's a good bear. Just a bit of space there. So yeah, that's exactly what we just said.
Yeah.
Nice forward air. I think you can just grab Ledger. Yeah. So why does this fair happen? This looks a bit weird.
Should I got the latest fair possible? Maybe not latest.
Yeah, I think like this jump up needle charge is like not really. It kind of gives up your space, right?
Yeah, it doesn't really accomplish much.
Yeah, especially with this platform here as well. You can't even really like, because if you were in the middle, like these needles, if she tries to jump in, you would just let them go right, and then she has to back off. I think it's just like a bad positioning. Like this platform screws you basically, and then she gets that. Yeah, these needles that was just like a wasted needles. Like I think there's quite a few scenarios where versus Peach you can get fairly, not guaranteed, but like you can threaten a lot with needles. And I think a lot of the time you just let them go a bit too early. Maybe you're just like desperate to try and get her out of this percent, like you said at the start. We'll try and see if there's like specific situations. Yeah, I think this is okay. Yeah, this is a bit weird.
Oh yeah, I was just waiting.
Yeah, but then I think this wasn't too bad. Like it looks goofy, but like you wait for an approach, you shield it, and then you take the stage. Like that's good. This is exactly where you want to be at the end of it. Good follow up.
Probably bad.
I think this was so you do a lot of shield drops. I think you're pretty good I guess you're pretty good at doing them in general. I think this is just like a maybe not aware of the matchup sort of thing. It's like you take this, you just sort of take the hit, and you're like, okay, I'll shield drop this turnip, which you got.
She's
but you
like way faster out of turnip than I expected. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So she just punishes the shield drop like straight away. It's just making sure you're like aware of where the peach is when you go for the shield drop if you're shield dropping off a turnip, because it's not like most characters, like you do get hit on shield, you can turn it into a shield drop. Peach, like the turnips aren't as punishable unless she's like right next to you, like they're not as punishable as you'd hope, unfortunately.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't like autopilot that because like I can react to her drifting basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Sheik shield drop is fast and forward air is fast. Like, you can see, okay, she's throwing that turnip and she's coming in. Like, do I actually want to go for something here? And again, it's
just like angled the shield down and waited for a hit or something.
Yeah, like you could maybe make the turnip hit your shield. Like, if you're really trying to be crazy about it, maybe you could make the turnip hit your shield earlier. Like, I would probably just like keep holding shield here.
Yeah.
Because I think you shield that turnip as soon as you land, and I think you just have to accept that that's not your situation to win anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just like a general point as well. Like I said, there's a lot of Sheiks, but I'm not. I give lessons too, but you don't really light shield very much.
No.
Light shielding on platforms versus Peach is pretty good.
Yeah.
Just because like there, if you light shield that turnip, then the nair probably wouldn't even hit you. Because you'd be so far away, right?
Yeah.
Just like something to consider, and if it's not something you really implement, just like try implementing it. Like light shielding when you like get up from knockdown and Peach is right next to you and she tries to down smash you. If you're doing a full shield, it will shield poke you and you'll get hit by the down smash. But if you get up light shield, especially if have you got like a
I've got double plugs.
Yeah, like the it's either full like shield or you got the same thing as.
I think my only issue is I tend to shield with R, and my light shield is on L, and I power shield with R, so it's like kind of I might have to try some light shield.
Mine's the same, but it's just I think you just got to get used to like this is my light shield button, like, and just use it that way. Like I think having it be completely separate is quite useful. Because I get your other triggers digital, right? So I think just try and get used to using it. Like as it's good versus Peach. I think it's good versus a lot of characters, but when I think there's a lot of scenarios versus Peach where you sort of you sort of have to be like, there's no way I can reverse this. Like I just have to get out.
Yeah.
And like when she's just like pressuring your shield and like they're mixing up light shields and just like, oh, all I want to do is get to ledge or get out of this down smash, like so I don't get shield poked. Like, and light shielding is really useful for like a couple of specific scenarios versus Peach. It's good there, reacts into the jump. So that's one there. I think you could have maybe just got a grab here. Let's have a little look at it. Like I think if you just held, you could punish this back air. Like she's in lag for a little bit if she lands.
There's not really anything she can do except like instant down smash, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. You run up shield and hope that, and if she does that, you shield it in, I guess. Yeah, just incorrect option off the grab. That's okay. So that was a good grab setup. Like you just like made her whiff basically. Just like made her think you were just gonna charge needles. Switch to a shield. Really good fodder. Nice little peach gimp. This is something as well I mentioned to quite a few people. It's just like when you come back, like your number one thing is versus Peach is just like you don't versus any character is just like what is their threat range is and where when they're invincible, like what can they threaten versus me, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
You like here, like you overlap the Peach. Like the Peach, if they were just mashing A, they would hit you here, you know.
Yeah.
And you go like directly above them. This is like exactly where the turnip can go if that's what they want to threaten with. And then you sort of run into a space where they can threaten over here. So just like considering like where Peach can threaten and just like what would your ideas for like what's like a better place you could go here, because like basically you have a lot of time because you've already got needles as well.
Yeah.
Because she died so slowly.
I mean, I could have just went to the side plat like immediately, but like to like the further end of the side platform, or I could have went to ledge.
Yeah.
Or just like waited like on the ground and see what she did to like decide where to go.
Yeah.
So, like, I can avoid it pretty easily. Yeah.
Yeah, I think places I like to go. So going near the ledge is pretty useful. Like being on the ledge and just stalling is not necessarily bad. Peach is very slow at taking the ledge from you, like to the point where I don't know if, especially on Dreamland, like I'm not sure if you were stalling, like can a Peach even get over here and steal ledge from you? She probably can, but like she'd have to go for it, and you could just, especially because you're under 100%. If she goes for that, you just roll into middle, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to do anything crazy to get. If they try to hard call you out for it, you can just get in. I like sitting just like on a platform, and if they jump towards me, I would just light shield.
Yeah.
So that you get pushed off the platform, because Peach doesn't have. I don't think Peach has got great options for like if she pushes you off, she can't like get into this sort of space.
What kind of like because if I get pushed off and I'm in light shield, do I get like knocked down?
Depends what way you're facing, right?
Out.
So I like to face out this way.
Mm-hmm.
So characters Sheik's facing to the left here, because then if you get pushed off, you just fall. If you get pushed backwards, I don't know the exact mechanics of it, but it's something because it's something to do with like
an action to actually like not get knocked down.
Sorry.
I think you have to do an action like a fair or something, not to get knocked down, basically.
Yeah, and I think it's something to do with like how high the platform is as well. Like,
okay, yeah.
You could look up the specifics, but definitely if you're facing outwards, if their invincibility's running out, you get pushed off and you just back air them. That's pretty good. I think facing backwards is just more useful here, and you definitely don't get knocked. You definitely don't get put into tumble, which is useful.
Good.
And yeah, other stuff. So just sitting like below this platform is also pretty good, because Peach. It's just basically just like avoiding the middle. Like Peach is pretty slow. She can't push you too hard, whereas some characters you kind of go, well, I'll just play the middle and try and avoid them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because playing the ledge scenario is so bad, right? Like maybe versus like Fox or Falco, you just like accept, okay, I'm gonna have to just try and outsmart them on the platforms, trick them on the platforms somehow, right? Because if I get put to the ledge versus those characters, I'm in nightmare scenario.
Yeah.
Whereas versus Peach, being at the ledge is not really that bad. It's not like massively bad. It's not like so much worse than being in the middle. But it's just like a general idea, like, and this is obviously a very specific one where you get punished. I was gonna say I don't like this really early jump.
Yeah. I thought about it too. It's like not necessary.
Yeah, I mean you get away with it, so that's like fine. But I just wanted to point it out. Yeah, and that's I don't know what you're doing there. You just like fall down.
I just drift in and
don't tech. Situations like that, just go to ledge. I think is the straightforward thing to say. I'm not sure exactly what you were going for, but.
Probably should have drifted that narrow out.
Oh, that's a big combo. What can we do? What happens here? So that's good, but you just don't press anything afterwards. So that shield's good, that roll's good, needle's fine, the back air's fine, that's fine. I think after this double jump, it's the drift in. Like, you don't want to double jump and land on top of her. Like, you've done this double... So you try to... What happens? you jump into this is trying to threaten a back air, right? And you get this
Yeah.
back air. This one is like this is a jump, hoping that they're going to enter this space. When they don't enter this space, you either land here. Yeah, this double jump is just bad, I think. You either land here and then just do a back air from the ground again because they've just jumped, or just get away and then you do a double jump into them. I think this is kind of unlucky that they dash attacked you straight away afterwards. Like that was pretty tight, but they got it. It's a good punish, but it's just a bad. It's mostly just because you do a bad drift in. Scrappy, yeah, these needles just don't really, they don't really cut much out here, sadly. Yeah, it's just, she just calls you out for it, basically. I'm not sure if it's because it's something maybe you've been doing quite a bit.
I do it for a bit, I guess.
But they just call you out for it.
Sure.
Yeah, bad grab. Something I wanted to specifically mention here, this is like a really minor point, but it's just like something to change. I would almost never do the double jump before the transformation if I could help it.
Yeah, no, that's true. Because like Zelda just drifts better after the double jump.
Yeah, I think just like as soon as you think you're gonna have to transform to Zelda, like just do it straight away, like, and then deal with it from there. Either drift and transform, like you're not gonna be able to transform back here. But I think it was more specifically this one. Like you could drift a bit here, transform around here where Peach can't threaten, and then you've got a double jump and a Sheik up B to play with, which is a lot better, right? And Sheik's double jump, like you can maybe. Again, you do get away with it, but it's just a bit weird. Up air trade's good enough. Turn up, catch you, jump in. I mean, it's all last up melee, right? It's pretty. Again, she calls you out for these needles. Here, I think you maybe just give up a bit too much stage. I know this is like a last stock situation, so it's tough to be rational about them. But this is kind of where you want her, right? Like in this corner, because maybe a forward air kills at this %, maybe a back air kills at this %, right?
Yeah.
Because you've got 1 neutral in you. But if you run to here, like from middle, this isn't gonna kill. So like you kind of need to try and push the advantage in the safest way possible at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
Just because you got to play to like whatever you're. That is fucking weird. I don't know how it sends you so badly, but just like just sort of like you kind of do have to just like push in a bit there, I think. And if you've only got 1 more neutral left, it's just try and run up and get something.
Yeah.
As vague as that, horribly vague as that sounds. Cool. Let's go through the next one. I think we kind of there's some good, decent stuff in there to look at. So you're doing some separate notes, yeah, separate to this.
Yeah. Just some brief stuff.
Cool.
That I can look at to practice.
Yeah, we don't have to say anything about that. This dash attack, like, just also not good. Is it meant to be something else? Maybe this could be just grab. Like a grab instead, I think, basically.
Yeah, I think I probably failed a boost grab. I don't really tend to dash attack versus Sheik, Peach at all.
This is another one where, like, I feel like you just give up all the stage here. You can sort of use this platform to sort of play the neutral. Like, you can play the same neutral here, basically. That you get, and then you go all the way over here, and then if you get hit now, it's an edge guard situation, whereas you may as well play the same neutral over here, and if you get hit, at least you're still on stage, right?
Yeah.
That's good. Bit light shield. So I think this happened in the last game as well. You just like overextend in the corner. So run up here. I think you're just running in too far. Maybe maybe like assuming the Peach doesn't have double jump still or something, or what's?
I'm not really sure.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I might have just assumed she was gonna go to the ledge and try to down tilt her off that. That's probably what I was going for.
Yeah, I think generally Peaches won't do that if they can avoid it because Peach doesn't want to be at the ledge. So yeah, I think this just happened last game as well. Just like maybe it's like a very generic point as well. It's just like don't run as far to the corner because this happened last game as well. And then this is where the Peach wants you basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit lucky that they mess up with their recovery. So what happens here? This feels like you could avoid this. So you do the shield. I think there's another one where like
I tried to nair out of shield, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a jump frame, right? Yeah, just like respecting Peaches. Yeah, you're just trying to swing when it's not your turn, basically, right? Yeah, just a little mistake on the angle. That's a good nair. I like this respect. This is exactly what we're talking about. This is what we were saying the other one, right? Like, this is, you do, like, the Peach on the platform, you got your hit, second time you're like, okay, I'm just going to run underneath and take the stage. And you get a hit off it as well, so. I think you get away with that one, but it's fine. Here you could have... You just throw these needles here.
Yeah.
Like, well, obviously once she's come down a bit, but you don't need to jump here. I think that's what messes you up. And then...
So, if I throw those needles there, what's the play after? Because I feel like she can just drift under ledge and like snap up B and you can't really contest it much. Do you think I have time to like run to ledge?
So let's say you throw the needles here. If she holds away for some reason, then you can probably just grab ledge and back at her. Like if she DIs the needles away. If she DIs them in, she probably can just snap ledge, but I don't really think that's that bad because Peach is so bad off the ledge.
Yeah, that's
like to me this is just like the way this is like just like a mental thing, I guess. I view like edge guarding Peach as like not a chance to kill her. It's like part of my combo. It's like
just rack up percent.
Yeah, this is like a situation where she can't do anything except keep eating percent from me. So if you throw these needles and get her to 80%, that's great. And then she's in the corner, that's still great. She can't do anything off the ledge. Like this is just like more damage for you, and you've got her in a situation where you're probably going to get more damage, right?
Yeah.
It's the same where like if I was like edge guarding Peach and I just hit her with like, I keep misspacing my back air because they've got good drift, for example, and I keep getting weak back air. I'm still like, well, if I've hit her with 4 back airs and they were all weak, that's 20%. Like that's great.
Yeah.
Like it's all good. But that's just like a reframing tool that I use for myself. I'm just like similar versus like Samus, and kind of similar but not quite the same, but similar versus Jigs. It's like maybe less so versus Samus. I know you've got a lot of experience, but like when you're edge guarding Samus, like throwing the needles is sort of like you're not like, oh, this is definitely going to kill her. It's just like, well, this is something.
Yeah, it's like it's gonna annoy her and like probably gonna have to set her to like she's gonna have to react to it and then like set up another recovery situation.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other characters that I think this is really similar to. I think it's mostly just like this is definitely like a very Peach specific, but like just the combo off stage. It's like similar to Samus. Like you just keep hitting them, and eventually, if you keep getting the hit, and all you're doing is like, I need to get any hit. Like it doesn't have to be that one killer move, and like you will be able to just keep pushing them out. Compared to like Fox or something, where it's like you either need to get the hit that kills, or they could maybe reverse it on you. Like Peach has no way of reversing this on you.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm just like, you can just throw those needles, take that percent, and then play. If they do the good thing, which is they DI in and they DI to ledge, then that's fine. If they DI away, then you probably grab ledge and back at them and kill them. Yeah, I think these fairs are just not great.
Yeah, no. They're poorly executed.
Do you have a reason why you're going for like forward air instead of? So when she's on the ground, forward airing is obviously better because it's better frames, right?
Yeah,
But like,
that's the only reason I think that I'm really
I was gonna say
it's
once...
just like kind of safe when you when you do it properly at least. But
yeah, like when you get the auto cancel and it's on shield, like Peach really can't do a lot to punish it. As soon as she jumps up here, I would turn around.
Yeah.
Because if you do a back air here, so the point where if you do a rising back air instead of this forward, so you see her do this and you decide you're going to try to call her out with a forward air. I think you do, like, if you do the forward air here, you would trade, I think. Instead you do it a bit late, or she fast falls at a weird time. But I think if you just do like a rising back air, and then you can do like another back air as you're falling if they do like a timing mix up.
Yeah.
Just more likely to hit, generally.
I think maybe I was just like looking too much for the kill in the corner, whereas like I could have been in the mindset chip percent, which I kind of did before, which was pretty good against Peach. Maybe I shouldn't be like too greedy and just like look to build more percent so that the kill later on is going to be easy.
Yeah. So sometimes the fair is like because sometimes you get like those sort of like Gimps versus Peach where you kill her at like 60% or something, right? Because they DI in a forward air and you catch that double jump and you get another forward air. If they've still got their double jump, I would probably not really be looking for the forward air because they can still timing mix up you and stuff.
Yeah.
If you know, like, because I'm not sure what like the mode for it is. There's some points where like you hit Peach and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go, like, you've caught their double jump and you go into like kill mode. It's like and then you just like, I'm just gonna keep running at them because I think they're probably panicking because they know their float's gone, they know their double jump's gone.
Yeah.
Like, and you just keep running at them and trying to push them out as far as you can. If they've still got resources, I think, like, so if they've still got float and they've still got double jump, I think back air is generally the way to go. Just because, like I was saying on the previous point, like, you just need to get any hit. Because you're just trying to, it's just part of your combo, right? Like, you're just trying to build some percent. So that one worked. What is this one? Let's have a quick look at this one, see why this works. So yeah, they come in with a... Yeah, they're coming in and you've run a bit less far here and they've come in with a bad move, but it's all good. That was really good. Like, definitely tricked them.
Yeah.
Because I was like, when I was watching, I was like, oh, that should just be more back airs of it. Like, sometimes you do get a good call out like that. That was great. These were really good needles. Like,
I'm trying to wave dash.
Yeah, this almost works.
No smash. I mean, you can do it. It's just kind of tight.
I think you need to, like, and this isn't like something that's easy. I don't think I've ever intentionally done this, but if the last hit hits you, you can't do this.
Yeah. It's like, it has to do with like where she's facing as well, I think.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I
think it gets easier if she's like facing away or.
Probably. But the first hit, yeah, and then because you're holding in so hard, the last hit hits you as well, and this is just a recognition thing. You can't once this happens, you can't punish this.
What what would be like the best response, I guess, in this situation to like
here? I would if I'd lost this much shield, I'd probably go to ledge and get some shield back.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like really, like, I don't know, cowardly or like I mean,
you can't do much shield.
You anything shield pokes you here. Like you've got nothing. Yeah, she does just jab. I think she could probably just down smash again here as well, is probably the thing. If she can jab, she can probably down smash.
Can I not crouch cancel the jabs at that percent?
I think the jab's pretty good versus crouch cancel. I
definitely crouch canceled the first one.
Yeah, and then
it's the second one that I might have like let go.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think you could probably crouch cancel both of them and then maybe do your own down smash and hope that they don't keep crouch canceling.
Yeah.
Because like I don't think you'll have time to do a grab off of it.
I think I might. I'm not sure.
Maybe I'm not super good on frame stuff. My general response there would be I've lost a shit ton of shield. I'm just gonna go to ledge and stall a bit so I can play the mix up again with like a proper shield. Here you could have just snapped ledge. I think you could get more of this. You could snap ledge and then just back at her.
Yeah, I feel like it's just kind of risky, in a way. Like.
So you jump there.
Could I react in time after my upbeat to the ledge.
I think so. Maybe I'm being a bit. I don't know.
I just
So
feel like the risk reward isn't great. I don't
could
think I
jump
get punished
here.
going that
You
far.
could up B. So I think you could up B like here and grab ledge.
Oh, like yeah, snap the ledge like that.
Up B,
Okay,
yeah, it's like literally like don't, as in not snap the ledge from the puff, like you snap the ledge from the. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then you'd have snapped like here, and then you've got invincibility, so you can definitely back air, right?
Yeah.
And if you get a strong hit, then you've got a great like. Then you just see what happens, I guess. But I think you could reversal that a little bit. Good, decent there. Why does it not work?
It's just too low percent.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, because you get a short.
Shouldn't even crouch cancel it, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. Yeah, bad jump into the turn.
Just didn't knock down at that percent.
Yeah. Here's like, yeah, I just feel like you're not playing your game plan here. Like you're trying to like jump on top of the peach.
Yeah.
And you're not like playing to Sheik's. The strength is like using this platform to win neutral. So like you land on this platform, you do like a drop through back air, you do a drop through forward air. Like that's what you're looking for, right? And instead you jump on top of her. You jump on top of her again. I don't know if it's like a conscious thing or just like I don't know, just
Maybe I was just getting impatient or irritated at that point. I think
I never want to like overanalyze when it's like because this was just like unranked or like friendlies, right?
I mean, I've noticed it happening to me recently, where I just tend to get a bit stubborn.
Yeah.
I'm just like want to do my thing and make it work.
Yeah, there's just like a big difference between like I don't want to like overanalyze like laziness or stuff like that when it's friendlies, because like I saw this. What's the timestamp on these? 11. So this was almost 1 a.m. for you, right?
Oh. Yeah, it was pretty late.
So it's like I don't want to be too critical, but like if this was tournament, like obviously.
I mean, I was definitely I know because I know Feck. I like inside I don't want to lose to Feck, but like I also know that like she's getting good and like I have things to learn in this matchup because I know I've gotten worse at the matchup. In my opinion.
Yeah, there's just like a making sure to stick to your game plan thing, and like if it's tournament, obviously that's very important.
Could have been a bear.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just jumping up with something, I guess. This is a grab. I don't know what's going for you. I don't know what's going for it. Like, this is the freest grab of all time. A little bit unlucky, but also she spaced pretty well. Again, this is you're just drifting on top of her. I don't really need to show it again. Just like once that bear misses, you just gotta double jump away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the right idea. Just execution mistake. Why do you get down smashed here? What the hell happens? Is that just true? Did you just
you can press like the period to go frame by frame. I'm not sure if I release shield or something.
Let's have a look. This is weird. Oh, yeah, you start a roll.
I rolled on the same frame and just get hit because like roll is like what intangible, like it's not invulnerable for like the first 3 frames, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so maybe that's a bit unlucky. But maybe also could have just been like a switch to light shield or just keep holding shield. I think that's not huge.
Maybe I could have rolled earlier and avoided that. I'm not sure.
Good round power shield, great forward air. I think they just died from that one. We've got a couple of seconds left. I think it's just like you just do a jump out the corner here. So you take that jab and then double jump.
Yeah, that's ugly.
This is like a versus some peach is like they like overextend a bit here, and you can reversal this again. So you get this jab, and then you drop low, get the up B to ledge, and then you've got invincibility, and you can like poke at them if they like drift too far out. But yeah, I don't think there's like it's too bad. Like I don't think you're playing the matchup terribly. I think there's just
I think I need to get just back to being more patient, specifically versus Peach, and probably grind out the matchup a bit. And I mean, I noted all the specific things I thought were interesting, like CCing Nair and Bear, like not giving stage by dash dancing, and all the stuff I can do on the platforms. Like those are all really good advice. I should probably focus on while practicing for Peach specifically.
Yeah, I think
Um,
there's like definitely some stuff to do with like yeah, being more patient, like you said, and just sort of like being more either respectful or more aware of what Peach is looking for and what her options are in like
yeah,
specific scenarios. I feel like a lot of the time you're playing it like you're playing it like another matchup. Like I don't know what specific matchup, but like you're not doing like Peach anti specific
yeah.
anti
I'm not
Peach
doing
stuff.
anti-Peach stuff exactly.
You're just
That's
doing
why I need to practice.
you're just doing like
Yeah,
general correct, what I would call like general correct Sheik play. Like you're not doing
yeah,
what you're doing isn't wrong, but it's not like exploiting Sheik's advantages in the matchup and
yeah.
really
Yeah,
like
I agree.
taking advantage of Peach's
Mhm.
weak, because Peaches hate this matchup generally. Like when
So
there's
like kind of makes sense because like despite that, like these games are all kind of close, and I'm like not even doing any anti-Peach stuff.
yeah,
So,
you're just like
Sheik is just really good versus Peach baseline, right?
yeah, you're just like doing
Um,
pretty decent punishes. Peach has to win neutral more times because
yeah.
they can't punish that hard in this matchup compared to a lot of matchups where they can.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, I think if you just sort of like don't give them the free hits and just make sure that I think offensively you're not doing too much wrong. I think there's always more you can do in terms of punish game.
Yeah.
And just like because a lot of it feels like just sort of like tech errors or move selection errors. It's sort of like okay, well you were right to put to like those forward airs at the edge. It was like well doing a move here was correct, but just like a little tweak to like okay, well if you push that advantage with a back air instead of a forward air,
Hmm.
you can actually get something, and it's just like little tweaks I think. And just like sometimes so when you're what's other stuff that I think about sometimes, but I feel like every time when you're landing with forward air, and sometimes maybe you want to do like a nair instead because it's slightly better on like if you do like the lowest nair, it's like a bit safer on shield sort of thing, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just like little tweaks there, and using. I think the issues, and then the other thing is getting more grabs. I feel like you don't get many grabs, but that will come with you making some changes to your like your neutral game. I think, and like if you once you are of the mindset of like okay, I'm going to really try and exploit Peach and what she's bad at, then there should be more. There should just be more opportunities for grabs in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got through that quite quickly. I know we like obviously we spent a bit of time, like 5 minutes.
No, I mean, I've noted a few things, and like it's definitely helping me think of like things I need to practice, and just I think I need to work a bit on like how I'm playing melee at the moment, in the sense like I need to stop being too stubborn about things that aren't working where I feel like they can, or something like that.
Okay.
Because some of those situations just I could tell I was just being stubborn for no reason when I
Yeah.
know better.
Yeah, Peach definitely can like punish you pretty hard for like trying to push in when it's not your turn. Like
Yeah.
when you don't like that. That was one where you like tried to do that nair out of shield and you got down ed for it. It's like
Hmm.
Peach just like eats that up when you're not respecting her. But
Yeah.
yeah, was there any other specific like questions you had for like the matchup, or not so much, or
Um. Let me think.
I was gonna say like we have done a bit
I
now.
guess like when I'm just thinking overall because like yeah, we talked a bit about crouch cancel. Like, do you know specifically what Peach is gonna look for? Like, I guess that's something I don't really know. Like, do you know a bit what Peach is gonna look for at like those low percents and
So
things like that?
it's kind of just like if they're facing you, you can't do the crouch cancel so much because they're probably looking for forward airs, like, and the forward air just beats crouch cancel. I'm not sure exactly what properties it has, but the forward air is like different.
Yeah.
It's more like if they're spacing away from you with like bears, or if they're like doing bad nairs towards you, like that's when you really can start getting stuff off the crouch cancel,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of have to be like running into a space where you can make sure that you what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically just because like the way they're trying to hit it is like they'll be trying to hit the Sheik quite high up if you're shielding or something, or if you run up and you stand. But then you
Yeah.
switch to a crouch, and then suddenly it will hit you with a weak hitbox because you're so low down, and the hitbox gets weak by the time it reaches you.
Okay.
And it is more when they're doing like the nairs and the bears, and I'm not sure if like really good peaches will do those so much because they're aware of like the crouch cancel potential. But it's just like so you sort of run into it's you kind of just have to experiment with like running into their space and seeing what they do when so they'll like do like a jump and a float.
I should like kind of like be specifically baiting out a move to in order to crouch cancel it rather than just like running up and
Yeah,
like,
you don't run up and crouch cancel. Like you run up
Yeah.
and see that they're coming down with something, and then
Yeah.
because you run up and then you go for the crouch cancel.
Okay.
Because if you
So
just
it's like this like so I kind of just have to like what's the word not necessarily condition them but like yeah, I just have to build my game plan around the player a bit while I play. Just, like notice those things in order to exploit them.
Yeah, because I think some peaches just won't give it to you, which is fine. But it's pretty. I think it's pretty good for like most like almost all mid-level peaches.
Yeah.
And if you're just trying to like build the matchup up a bit, I think it's a useful tool to have.
Okay.
I have like half an idea. Yeah, so I think just like experiment with just like when they're floating, like if just sort of like getting into their space and seeing what they do, because like you can run up shield and they can't really threaten much off it, sort of.
Okay.
And then like sometimes like if they're at mid%, like I'll do, and then I'll mix that in with doing like run up and do like a really quick nair. Just to like catch them, because you can't do that low percent obviously because they'll just nair you back, right? But if they're at like mid% and you do like a run up nair, like you can take and because you've been going for these crouch cancels and these run up shields, and instead you change that into doing like a really quick attack before they do an attack. Like you can take quite a lot of stage or like get some like set up like an edge guard scenario, stuff like that.
Okay, I added my notes to the sheet. I don't know if you have anything you want to if you want to look at them or.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll have a look at them a bit later and
All right, cool.
I think but I think we went over a bit of everything, and I think we did cover off stuff well. I just like don't know, just like I mean, not usually I get through the replay reviews a bit slower, so I was like worried that we'd rushed through it, but I don't think we did rush through that too much.
No, I think it's all good. I mean, like I'm happy because like now I found like at least 4 or 5 things I can specifically practice, which is always what I kind of struggle with when reviewing my games and stuff. Like
just like getting the direction right.
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording there.